Carson Wentz has responded to Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay said it was a mistake, and I don't think he called it a mistake necessarily. The way Jim Irsay chatted about it, he might have said mistake, but you got to remember the way Jim Irsay speaks. I mean, he speaks in, full thoughts and metaphors almost. He said it just didn't fit. The fit wasn't right. Chris Ballard then came out after the season or after the trade for Matt Ryan and said that even if they made playoffs, there's a lot of hard decisions that could have been made. So for whatever reason, upper management might just be Jim Irsay, might be the Irsay family, might be Chris Ballard and Jim Irsay. Who knows who's all involved? But it feels like at some point during the season last year, somebody at upper management for the Colts said, you know what, Carson Wentz experiment, it's been fun, but this isn't for us. For whatever reason. Now, as somebody that's a fan of the Colts, because the Colts are family to me, and it helps me out a lot, and obviously they paid for this entire studio and everything to be built. Now, I had to kick some balls every once in a while for them, but I am a Colts fan through and through because everybody in the building, there was times watching him play where you thought to yourself, if this is what the future of the Colts looks like, this is going to be difficult to survive.
Oh, yeah.
And not because you're miserable, but because he was a reckless football player, okay? And all the Carson Wentz defenders that come after me for saying this, his great football moments were amazing. They were awesome. But he was just careless with the football. And in the game of football, the ball is the program. That is literally everybody's rule. Like, hey, this football right here, and obviously this is just the baby Duke. It is not the big Duke, the Wilson. But literally, hey, this ball is paying for all of our lives. This ball is the reason why we are here. We would like to keep it away from the other team, and we'd like to take this motherfucker from that team. As much as possible, we would like to have this ball. And I think that was something that was maybe pounded into my head, football IQ-wise, when I was at the Colts, the way they viewed it. Jim Irsay's been around quarterbacking, great quarterbacking in the NFL since he was literally like 11, 12 years old with Unitas on the fucking team. So I feel that there was a time where Jim Irsay was watching the games and was thinking the exact same things that I was thinking while I was speaking it into this microphone, because most of my football IQ has come from the Colts organization, which Jim Irsay has headed for a long, long, long time. So I think Jim Irsay made a decision early in the season that was like, I don't know if this is the right fit. Not that he's a bad player, not that he's a bad person, but in our ideals, in our visions of what football is, you cannot play the quarterback position, the most important position on the field, and be this careless with the most important part of the game, which is the ball. Balancing on it, tossing it into another hand in the middle of a rainstorm, putting it into somebody's chest, falling into the end zone, throwing a 0-yard pick six. Like, there's just decisions that get made through a lot of games that you think to yourself, like, oh, this guy's last thought is I need to keep this ball. His thought is I need to make a play, when some places that just isn't how they view it. Tigers plus 2.
Fuck.
He's being fucking reckless with this golf ball.
Yeah.
Come on, Tiger.
But this is what Carson Wentz told Colin Cowherd on the Colin Cowherd podcast of the Volume Network.
When Jim Irsay says, hey, we made a mistake, I'm like, ow, that's kind of like that hurts a little, right?
I mean, it is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I thought last year was a really fun year. I thought we did some incredible things, came up short at the end. Obviously, I struggled down the stretch there, and timing was poor. But yeah, that I didn't expect that. I didn't expect things to unfold the way they did, and I thought things were in a pretty good place there. Had awesome relationships with every single person in that building. Can't say enough good things about the people over there, and kind of came out of left field. He's entitled to his own opinion, and he's entitled to do what he wants with his football team.
He is in his life, but I like that Carson took the high road. Yeah. And once again, I don't think Jim Irsay had any negative feelings towards Carson Wentz, the person. I honestly believe it was just his style of play that Jim Irsay had experienced for half a season, maybe 2 games, 3 games, however long. And Jim was like, I'm not doing this every single game, no matter how this ends up. That's kind of what Ballard alluded to. I like that Carson Wentz took the high road, which once again, Carson Wentz probably an incredible guy. We got a chance to experience it. He's now with the Commanders. We're with Matt Ryan. This is probably best for all parties, but I don't think this was a personal insult from Jim Irsay. I think it was just hey, this ain't my fucking bag, baby.
Yeah, and I just you look at the way that both responded to. Like, obviously he's a quarterback. He's
a great guy. He's always going to say the right thing, but you saw how much it fucking chapped Irsay's ass that they didn't go to the playoffs last year. And it's like, I understand he's not going to, but he's happy-go-lucky. Hey, we did a lot of great things. Like, it seems like it almost doesn't affect him, and it's in the past now, but you just look at, like, you'd think if he maybe had a conversation with Irsay and was like, I fucked up. Things didn't go the way we thought they would. Like, this is all on me. You know, like maybe taking a little more accountability than Irsay might have been like, oh, okay. Like,
I wonder if Carson and Jim talked, and I wonder, because I think there was a report that Carson wanted to talk to Jim, or Jim wanted, I forget how it went, but they ended up not talking. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if that's Jim just saying, like, I don't want to know. I don't want to hear I don't want to be talked back into doing what we just did for an entire season again. Or if, just fascinating the way everything can be depicted and how incredible the game of football is and how deep it is, because Carson might have great success with the Commanders. Honestly, I genuinely believe that there might be a run next year where Carson puts the Commanders on his back and wins a lot of games for him, because when Carson is playing good football, he is a great football player.
Massive chance they're doing well for the Commanders, too. Like, he is a tough son of a bitch. He just,
Careless.
When you come out that flat.
Just fucking careless.
Yeah.
This isn't North Dakota.
Yeah.
Like, QB's got to get the team ready, and look what they did in Jacksonville. Like Jim Irsay said, that wasn't flat. That was just not showing up.
We weren't even competitive. At halftime, they were telling me to stay positive and optimistic. I said, this ship has sailed. Call the plane. I'm out of here.